There are a bunch of different kinds of sweater knits, from lacy knits to dense wool sweater knits. In general, all of these knits resemble fabrics that are knit by hand, but you're going to purchase them by the yard to sew your garment, which is really great if you want a hand knit sweater look without actually knitting a sweater. Tip number 1. Be sure to cut extra seam allowance for sweater knits that have an open or lacy stitch pattern, because they're prone to fraying. The extra seam allowance will give you room to trim any fraying. Tip number 2. Just like with other knits, use a stretch or ballpoint needle. The tip of this needle is shaped so that it will avoid puncturing big holes in your sweater knit fabric. Tip number 3. Minimize pressing so you don't flatten your sweater knit. You can even finger press your seams instead. Just use your fingers to apply pressure to an open seam allowance. You can even take this a step further and reduce the tension in your presser foot to avoid smashing your delicate sweater knit while you are stitching. Tip number 4. Stabilize necklines, shoulder seams, and hems using clear elastic. Clear elastic will add stability to your sweater knit project and prevent it from stretching while you wear it. Tip number 5. Wash your sweater knits by hand and lay them flat to dry. If you hang them to dry, you're going to be surprised how much your garment will stretch with the added weight of water. To read even more tips about sewing with sweater knits, or tips for shopping for sweater knits online, don't miss the links below. Happy sewing!